Good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today, Tuesday. It is the 3rd day of February, 2026.
Looks like hope is lost.
By now, you know the name, right? It's Gordon Joseph. Some folks say innocent, some say not so innocent. Whatever, it's Gordon Joseph, all right? And I'm happy, I'm thrilled, I'm happy to be with you this morning.
Child, your future is.
Good morning, Hazel and Miller. Good morning, Yulin Alexander, Jillian McIntyre. They're all here with me. Lauren Salim is already with us. But let's do this for the right way. You know, we got to start the day right. Yeah, it's a good day to have a good day in a good way. So let's start it right and let's go to this. It's Tuesday. So Heavenly Father, we give thanks to you for your love and goodness that awakened us this morning and safely brought us through the night. Lead us by your mighty hand through this day and week and fill our hearts with gratitude for all of your blessings in life. Guide, heal, and provide for all those in need today. In Jesus' name, amen. Good morning, Tone. Anytime I say Jesus' name, Tone comes to mind. Good morning, Ashley Heinzo. Yeah, Tuesday's blessing. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. And that's coming from John 6:37. All right. Good morning, Paddocks. Brandon is all the way in England, and he's just sending me a picture of me on live. So that means he's locked. And good morning to you and your friends out there. Yeah, hope you had a great night, Paddocks. All shall be well. Yeah. Yulin loves my purple this morning. Oh my goodness. Wow. Lovey, good morning. Good morning. Hope all is well. All right, let's head into the word of the day. But before we do that, there's some information I want to share with you early this morning. All right, we will be having two interviews this morning on the conversation. I will be joined via the Zoom platform by the celebrations committee out of Toronto. There's also this that I want to remind you of, right? The dancer size, all right? The South St. George Police Station Wellness and Fitness Club is inviting everyone to join us for an exciting dancer size workout on Wednesday. I think it happens every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday, they have regular workouts and so forth. But on Wednesdays, they have the dancer size. Inspector McQueen, I hope I'm getting it right. Get ready for an epic, high-energy, sweat-filled session led by our very own energetic performer George. All right, this is one of the most talked about activities. You don't want to miss it. Bring your water to stay cool and hydrated. Tell a friend, come out and vibe with us. Miss it and blame yourself. And I can tell you, if you look at the trainers there, you know it's really rigorous. So you gotta go prepared, yeah? Thank the Lord for that. And if I'm not mistaken, it's all free, yeah? Where do you get these sort of things for free, man? As we head into the word of the day today, that word is visionary. Visionary. It is spelled V-I-S-I-O-N-A-R-Y. Visionary. It means forward thinking. Forward thinking. A visionary leader plans ahead. Yeah. Visionary. Would you be called a visionary? And if you are called that, is that a true reflection of you? Do you usually plan ahead? Or you live on the edge? Brian Prakash Banfield, good morning to you, my brother. Hope all is well. Hope you're having a great day. Yep, you and the family. Michelle Bernard, good morning. Sylvina Charles, Monica Miros Williams, Joan Brathwaite Batson, good morning. Mary E. Banks is, man, everybody is here with us this morning. Yolan is not here as yet. Mildred, how are you doing? Peter Joseph, Wendy Williams, good morning. Jennifer Collimo and Petlin, I have to say good morning to you all as always. Munich, good morning to you. Hope you all are doing fine and that all is well. Yeah, Paddocks.
For every breath you
Is it still cold up there, Brandon? Is it cold? Good morning to your mom, Teacher Dawn. Here comes Yolan. As we wait on the motivational tip of the day, I just want to make sure that you're having a great day because today is Tuesday. It is the 3rd day of February, and it is indeed a good day to have a good day.
that you need to remember. No need to
So, folks, next week, hopefully next Friday, I will be talking with a Jamu via the Zoom platform as he launches his new reggae album. Yeah, we look forward to that. Great music as always. Thank the Lord. Pastor Stanford Simon, good morning to you. Veronica Sandy, good morning. You all right? The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Let me take this slowly. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. So in essence, what it is saying is that the only thing that limits us having a brighter tomorrow, the tomorrow that we're anticipating, the tomorrow that we want, the tomorrow that we're planning for, the only reason or the only limit is because we are doubting ourselves today. Stop doubting yourself. You can do it. You can. Miss Baka, good morning to you. Rita Williams, Veronica Sandy, you all right? Nice. 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock to all the police officers, Sergeant Troy Paul and everybody in the traffic department. Good morning. The drone unit, good morning to you.
too hard for him.
Buzzing this morning, the Senate to debate cannabis amendment bill. Also, we hear of the Healthy Start with Nutrition program launches today. Good morning, Papa D's. Out there in Maribor, he's always locked on, and this is a great way to remember to say hi to you. Papa D's and the family out there in Maribor. Good morning, good morning. Nice. And thank the Lord. Sing, make a joyful noise this morning. Yeah? Make a joyful noise. In the region, unauthorized access to St. Kitts electoral systems triggers criminal probe. Internationally, the Clintons agree to testify in Epstein investigation. And in sports, the Grenada under-17 girls end the CONCACAF campaign with a win against Anguilla. They didn't do too bad, you know. They came third. I think they gave a good representation of themselves historically. Yep. Senator Adrian Thomas, good morning to you and your family, bro. What's up? Toyo, good morning to you and the family right next door. Teacher Regis and family. Apre Tooth, good morning. Waterproof, Grenada's Michael Jackson, man. You gave a good account of yourself. I think you got it a little mixed up in the end, you know, but nonetheless, man, you were a performer, as always. And to all those of you who competed in the just concluded independent song competition, didn't win. Akeda come out, as we would say, come out from nowhere and just win the crown, but she did well, and you all did well. You all represented well. I think the quality of the show was of a high standard. Good morning to you, Mr. Sylvan Chan, and your coordinating team. Blue Bubbles and your song system, man, you were clean and clear. And to you, the supporters, you the patrons, oh my goodness, you all were vibing. Bernice, good morning to you and Brenda. Hey folks, let me stop talking like this while time elapses. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
When trouble
a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
My name is Dr. Abigail Noel, and I am the head of department at the Accident and Emergency Department. One thing I love about Mount Sinai is their spirit of collaboration. They came in with ideas that have transformed our department in real time. The implementation of ID bands for every patient that comes through the emergency department. That has decreased patient errors. They have implemented defibrillators on every ward. Thus far, 128 staff members have been trained in defibrillator use. The huddle system is basically small meeting with all team members. It improves communication between staff members as well as with patients. This transformation means everything to the emergency department and by extension the health system of Grenada.
Grenada, the countdown is on for the most exciting relay showdown in the nation. The IMA National Relay Meet, started for Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 3 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come witness speed, relentless competition, and heart-pounding relays that will keep you at the edge of your seats from start to finish. The island's fastest teams will battle for glory, but who will rise to the top and claim the prizes? You have to be there to see live. Admission finish line $50, main stand $30, secondary stand $20, and bleachers $15. Children 12 and under pay $15 for main and secondary stands and bleachers. Get your tickets. Feel the speed. The IMA National Relay Meet 2026, the ultimate relay experience.
This is the GBN Morning Edition of News for today, Tuesday, 3rd February 2026. In the headlines, the Senate to debate Cannabis Amendment Bill and Healthy Start Nutrition Program launches today. In the region, unauthorized access to St. Kitts electoral systems triggers criminal probe. Internationally, Clintons agree to testify in Epstein's investigation. And in sports, Grenada under-17 girls and CONCACAF campaign with win against Anguilla. We've got the details to this and more after these messages.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Go paperless with e-billing. Get your Grenlec bill straight to your email inbox faster and more convenient with myaccount.grenlec.com. Sign in to myaccount.grenlec.com, where you'll be directed to the home screen. Under additional options and paperless billing, hit sign up. Enter the email where you'd like to receive your bills. Check the accounts you want, then click sign me up. It's that easy. Your bills now come straight to your email inbox. Switch to e-billing and put the power in your hands.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
A good Tuesday morning, everyone. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. To graphics and his audience from Hot 98 FM, we say welcome. In the local news, the Upper House meets this morning to debate the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2026. The legislation would decriminalize the possession and the use of small amounts of cannabis, allow its use and cultivation for medical, scientific, and religious purposes under regulation, and provide for the expungement of records for minor cannabis offenses. The bill was passed in the House of Representatives on January 20th. The Ministry of Education will launch its Healthy Start Nutrition Program today at Papa D's in Maribo, St. Andrew from 10 a.m. The program, which replaces the so-called school feeding program, provides about 13,000 students nationwide with one nutritionally balanced meal each school day. Education Minister Senator David Andrew and other officials are expected to address the launch. Grenada will be represented at the Commonwealth Law Ministers meeting held in Fiji from February 9th to 12th, 2026, under the theme Anchoring Justice in a Changing Tide, Strengthening the Rule of Law to a Resilient Future. Attending law ministers and attorneys general will focus on improving access to justice through technology, legal reform, and stronger protection of fundamental rights. The outcomes will help shape the agenda for the 2026 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Antigua and Barbuda. That brings us to the end of the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, they are straight ahead. region, we head to St. Kitts and Nevis, where authorities there have launched a criminal investigation after unauthorized remote access was discovered in the electoral office's computer systems in Basseterre. The Office of the Supervisor of Elections said the illegal access had been taking place for several months before it was detected and shut down by the government's Information Technology Department. Officials say the voters' registers were not altered or corrupted, but believe copies of the electoral list may have been extracted. The white-collar crime unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is now assisting with the investigation. The St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear says the United States has called on his government to stop sending St. Lucian nationals to study medicine in Cuba. Speaking at an international health conference in St. Lucia, Pierre said the move poses a serious challenge for the country, noting that most local doctors were trained in Cuba and that Cuban medical personnel also work in St. Lucia. The comments follow statements by the United States Embassy in Barbados, which has accused Cuba's overseas medical program of being coercive and exploitative. Prime Minister Pierre said St. Lucia will now have to look for alternative solutions to meet its healthcare needs. Now, looking further afield, a spokesperson for Bill and Hillary Clinton says they have agreed to testify as part of the House Oversight Committee's Epstein investigation. We have more in this NBC News report.
Fallout and frustration tonight after the release of millions of pages of Epstein documents showing the late convicted sex offender's ties to the rich and powerful, like former Prince Andrew, seen in these photos kneeling over an unidentified woman. It's not clear why. Andrew was stripped of his royal titles last year, but has long vigorously denied allegations of abuse related to Epstein. And at the Capitol, new word: the Clintons will provide the testimony the House Oversight Committee has been seeking, according to the former president's spokesperson. With that news coming ahead of a planned vote this week to hold the former first couple in contempt. The Clintons have not been accused by officials of wrongdoing. Also among the files, this video of Epstein just months before his 2019 arrest and suicide. Interviewed by MAGA strategist Steve Bannon.
Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact...
Why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
Bannon has not been accused of wrongdoing and has not responded to NBC's request for comment.
And finally... no, not finally, but we're hearing, yes, it's actually the final story. Now, Monday marked the first day of the reopening of the Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt after nearly 2 years. So far, only 5 patients have been able to leave the strip to receive medical treatment abroad. We have more in this Al Jazeera report.
These Palestinian patients are waiting to find out if they will be next to leave Gaza. But like most things in the Strip, nothing is certain. Only a small number of Palestinians will be allowed into Egypt on Monday for desperately needed medical care. Israel is keeping an iron grip on the now reopened Rafah crossing. It says it will allow 50 patients to cross a day, along with 2 family members each, but only those it has already approved.
My son lost vision of both eyes. I have been waiting anxiously to be allowed to travel abroad for treatment. Today, we have been approved to be among the first to leave.
There has been a steady stream of vehicles passing by me, filled with Palestinians, hoping they will be the next to cross into Egypt. But with 20,000 patients waiting for approval, most will be disappointed.
And that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Good news for the Grenada under 17 girls, the national team, as they concluded the 2026 CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers campaign with a final Group E match against Anguilla. The young Spice Girls entered the finale looking to build on a historic tournament that saw them record their first ever victory in this competition, a 6-0 thrashing to the British Virgin Islands last Thursday. After defeating Anguilla 3-2, Grenada finished in third place with 6 points. Kudos, girls. Now, Big Ben's, Westerhall and Idlers B recorded commanding wins on the Prime Minister's Cups and David's T20 tournament. Westerhall piled up a 261 for 7 with Keanu George making 96 runs and Havel St. Paul 62 before bowling out Grenada Masters to win by a massive 213 runs. Junior Cyrus led the attack with 4 for 14. In the other game, Idlers B dismissed Beauregard for 74 with Kurt Rennie and Darren Hippolyte taking 3 wickets each, then cruised to an 8-wicket win led by an unbeaten 43 from Troy Noel. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition and in our primetime newscast. Stay with us, folks. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Love Fest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep. Love Fest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Love Fest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
For 35 years, one name has stood with us. Through the storms and sunshine, we've been by your side. Whether you're on the road, at sea, on site, or at home, with Grenadian General Insurance, confidence comes standard. It's never been a better time to renew and update for added benefits. Join us in celebrating 35 years of safeguarding what matters most. Grenadian General Insurance, 35 years strong. Visit Grenadian General Insurance on Scott Street, St. George's. Call us at 440-2434 or visit grenadiangeneral.gd to get the coverage you need.
experiencing some technical difficulties as it relates to connectivity with the Met Office this morning. So we are going to forgo the weather forecast for now. However, I will endeavor to have it brought to you at the earliest convenience. Nonetheless, it would be sponsored by Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 4 minutes gone past 7 o'clock, and to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Senate to debate cannabis amendment bill today, and also we hear that the Healthy Start Nutrition Program launches at Papa D's in Maribor. In the region, unauthorized access to St. Kitts electoral systems trigger a criminal probe. Internationally, the Clintons agree to testify in Epstein investigation. And in sports, Grenada under-17 girls and CONCACAF campaign with a win against Anguilla. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, 3rd February 2026. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. To Graphics and his team from Hot 98 FM, we say thank you for sharing your time with us. Have a good day now, everybody.
Do you own an antique, a classic, a custom-built car or motorcycle, or a fully loaded modern car or truck? Come, show off your ride. Register now to be part of Grenada Auto Fest, and you can win part of the grand prize of over $50,000 in cash and prizes. Register online via our social media pages or at www.grenadaautofest.com. Early bird registration has been extended to 31st January 2026, Saturday, March 14th at the Royal St. John's playing field. We recognize our partner, Wagity Rentals and Son Company, True Bay Boutique Resort, On the Spot Hardware, and all the companies that sponsored our category prizes. Remember, over $50,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Grenada Auto Fest, Saturday, March 14th, 13.
February 7th is a special date in Grenadian history. And to mark this important milestone, the National Celebrations Committee has planned a spectacular event at the Grenada Cricket Stadium, the Made in Grenada Expo, from 12 noon, followed by the military parade and rally, featuring from 1:30 p.m. St. Joseph's Convent St. George's, Happy Hill Secondary School, J.W. Fletcher Catholic, and PBC. Come witness class, style, and precision. Experience the unique skills and talent from Guyana's Defense Force paratroopers. The Honorable Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, will deliver the feature address, followed by cultural showcases from Kimura Conception Dance Theatre, the Independent Song Monarch, the Royal Grenada Police Force Band, and Rita and the Ultimate Perfections Band, among other cultural acts. The event concludes with a breathtaking fireworks display. Join us for this unforgettable celebration at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, February 7th from 12 noon.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you run it, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you run it, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next
AXA Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Go paperless with e-billing. Get your Grenlec bill straight to your email inbox faster and more convenient with myaccount.grenlec.com. Sign in to myaccount.grenlec.com where you'll be directed to the home screen. Under additional options and paperless billing, hit sign up. Enter the email where you'd like to receive your bills. Check the accounts you want, then click sign me up. It's that easy. Your bills now come straight to your email inbox. Switch to e-billing and put the power in your hands.
All right, viewers and listeners, welcome to the conversation this morning. I must apologize. We are having a problem with our phone line. The phone line is dead, so I don't know if it's on our end or if it's on Flo's end, but we will be investigating that. Hence the reason why we are unable to bring the traffic report this morning. But nonetheless, we get to get into the conversation just a wee bit earlier. It's 11 minutes after 7 o'clock, and I've got with me live via our Zoom platform all the way in Toronto, our Consul General, and he is also the chairman of the Independence Celebration Planning Committee, my good friend, Mr. Jerry Hopkin. Mr. Hopkin, good morning and welcome to Grenada.
A pleasant good morning to you, host, and also to your viewers and listeners. Pleasant good morning. And let me start it right off at the top and in advance say happy independence to all of your listeners and viewers.
All right, thank you very much on behalf of me and my people here. But you're not missing anything in Grenada because I'm seeing in the nutmeg and the flag, and I'm seeing a picture in the background. You're not missing Grenada in any way, are you?
Well, listen, I do miss Grenada, very much so. There's any patriotic Grenadian who's away from Grenada who says he doesn't miss Grenada. He's not telling the truth. I find it hard to believe. I'm missing Grenada, but we are making the best of our lives here in the diaspora in Toronto and being sure to celebrate our heritage, our history, our achievements. And that is what the Grenada Independence Planning Committee is about. That is what I'm about as Consul General for Grenada here in Toronto. And we went about and planned a very, it's not just colorful, but very engaging list of activities to celebrate that.
Okay, and from a participatory perspective, how much participation are you getting from Grenadians in the Toronto and surrounding environs? What's the participation like?
I would say it's been pretty good. We have lots of opportunities to engage the community, the Grenadian community. And for example, in these activities, we started off a list of activities here with a ecumenical interfaith church service on Sunday, and it was very well attended. We had in excess of 200 attendees, worshippers, and folks coming to celebrate and give thanks to God Almighty for the blessings he has bestowed upon us as a people, not just here in the diaspora, but back home as well, marking the achievement of 52 years of independence. So the participation in Toronto is pretty good. We have a very engaging community of Grenadians here who care about Grenada and who, of course, have been investing, have been sending back the remittances and the barrels and doing very much for our homeland. And as you know, recently we got Air Canada to add a third flight. So more of our people are traveling back to Grenada too than in the past, because the opportunity to do so is available with Air Canada and WestJet flights available from Toronto direct.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, in your capacity as Consul General, right? How interactive do you get to be with the Grenadians in the diaspora? Do they come to you frequently for directions and assistance in getting things, whenever a problem creeps up? I'm not talking about the handouts, but I'm talking about in terms of representation.
There are various avenues. In terms of sharing of information, we do that. We have a social media page, Consulate General of Grenada in Toronto on Facebook. We also have a website, grenadaconsulate.com. And we have information there about the services we offer, about events that are upcoming, that are planned for the community. We offer consular services, and those services include renewal of passports, applications for certificate of citizenship, authenticating Grenadian documents for use here in Canada, helping Grenadians obtain documents they need, official documents from back home. And folks come in here a lot to do that. To the office, we are located, for those listening who have relatives in Canada, who are in Canada, we are located at 90 Eglinton East, Suite 605 here in Toronto. So you have that engagement. We also, I am known to be very much out there. I attend not only the activities we organize or that we plan and execute, but also activities that are planned by Grenadian organizations, promoters, individuals in the community. I'm known to just show up. And quite often I'm invited, and other times if it's a public event, you would find me there. So that is important, because people see you as approachable. You get to engage with individuals. They ask questions that they may not have the opportunity to. They may not take the time to call the office or to come in, but they ask you on the spot. And they find out, they get clarification on different issues, find out more about what's happening in Grenada, and just, an opportunity to volunteer and to do things with the consulate and with the wider community. So there's lots of that.
Okay. Well, in Grenada, as you know, not just in recent times, but we're very celebratory as it relates to our independence. Patriotism is at its peak and so forth. As a matter of fact, the events thus far, most of them have been well attended. We had the History School Bowl that the Bonnet Government School won. We had the Independence Song Competition on Saturday, and it had a mammoth crowd in St. Patrick. We had a new winner and everything like that. So we know in Grenada, the activities are well attended, and I must also say well planned and coordinated. What sort of activities do you have for the celebrations in Toronto?
Well, we have a list of them. I just mentioned to you, we had the Ecumenical Interfaith Church Service, which was held on Sunday gone. And we have coming up this week a flag raising ceremony. That's happening at the Toronto City Hall, on the rooftop at the Toronto City Hall. We have that's located, by the way, at 100 Queen Street, for those who may not be familiar with that location. 1 second here, let me just... Yeah, so that's located at 100 Queen Street. So that's the flag raising ceremony. By the way, I should let the public know that we have a long list of diplomats who will be celebrating with us. We have 10 different countries going to be represented there, and that's a lot by Toronto standards in the diplomatic community. So, and that's a reflection of the kind of rapport that our consulate has with the other consulates here. Maybe I could mention here too, it helps that I'm a board member of the Consular Corps Association of Toronto, which represent over 70 nations, that consular organization that brings different consulates together. So we have 10, and including amongst the 10 countries represented, there will be the Philippines, Republic of Guyana, the Russian Federation, the Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Japan, we also have Eastern Caribbean Liaison Office that they oversee the farm workers program. They're represented by one of their officials. She's St. Vincentian. We also have St. Kitts and Nevis represented. We also have the Bahamas represented. And I'm also going to mention the U.S. consulate is going to be represented at our flag raising ceremony. It starts at 12 noon, and we are looking forward to a solemn, ceremonial, and festive flag raising ceremony.
Okay.
And just to go down the list, we also have an illumination of Niagara Falls. That happens on the 7th, in the Independence Day. And we're going to be lighting up Niagara Falls with the gold, green, and red on that day at 10 p.m. We have a bus trip that leaves early on in the evening to head up to Niagara Falls. It's going to be an opportunity to, express pride in our heritage, sing patriotic songs or anthem, and then just be together as family.
That sounds awesome. I would love to be there, just taking a ride on the ferry while that is happening, or maybe just a helicopter ride over at that time. I can only envisage what it would be like. It will be spectacular.
Yeah, but even if you're just standing in the viewing area, it's quite a spectacle. Some people view it from the hotels. There are hotels close in that area. It's the heart of tourism in Niagara, the falls. It's a world famous tourist destination. So we are honored and happy to be there, to celebrate, to bring attention to Grenada. And it's not just about celebrating the beauty of the moment, but also bringing attention to Grenada as a tourist destination with our national colors on display. So that is one thing that happens on the 7th. Also, earlier on that evening, at Brampton City Hall, a fast-growing city here in Toronto, and the mayor of that city will be visiting Grenada later in May on a trade mission, himself and another mayor. He has allowed us to have our national colors displayed on the Brampton City Hall on the 12 o'clock. So Grenadians who live in that neighborhood will go there, take photos, take video clips, sing the anthem, and again celebrate our heritage and our achievements as a people. I will be there as well with other community leaders. So that's happening at sunset at Brampton, and after that, we take a ride up to Niagara Falls. And then on the 14th of February, we have our Independence Gala. And it's going to be a big one. Toronto galas tend to be big. This one is going to be just as big. We are honored to have Honorable Andy Williams, Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. He's going to be with us as the keynote speaker, presenter. Then we're also going to have visiting from Ottawa, our new High Commissioner, Sylvester Quallis, is going to be with us. And also he's going to deliver remarks as well. And we are expecting Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, Terry Forrester, His Excellency. He's going to be here specifically for an event that's happening on the 16th that I'm going to tell you about after I'm done with this one. But he's also going to be a special guest at this event and deliver brief remarks as well. That event will be a special one. It's an opportunity to network, to celebrate. We also give out awards to outstanding Grenadians in the diaspora. The consulate has a number of people that will be given those awards, as well as the Grenada Association Toronto, who they are the primary organizer of this event. Is done under the auspices this year of the High Commission in Canada, Grenada's High Commission in Canada, and the Consulate General of Grenada in Toronto. So that's the gala. It's happening on the 14th from 6:30 p.m. The location, 55 Barber Green Road, Parkview Manor in Scarborough, part of the Greater Toronto area. And then on the 12th of April, that's the last list of items we have that were organized by the Grenada Independence Planning Committee. We have a showcase. All things Grenadian will be on display. Culture, food, dance, investment opportunities, tourist attractions. We have activities for the children. We have traditional games. It's going to be a wonderful experience happening from 1 p.m. on April 12th at the Jamaica Canada Association Center at 995 Arrow Road in York, here in the Greater Toronto area. So those are the main activities we have planned. And I told you I would mention another one. On the 16th of February, after the gala, 2 days later, a group of Grenadian community leaders came together and planned a wonderful event, and they're doing it in collaboration with the Consulate General of Grenada. And it's dubbed Bring Back the Old Time Days. It's all about cuisine. It's all about food, from bang bang to the rice and peas, all the things our grandparents used to prepare that we hold up as delicacies, as trademark.
I do hope, let me just interject here. I mean, I like that idea. I do hope you have a huge container of yard fowl coming up to stew with that rice and peas.
Of course, all things Grenadian, the traditional old time, and the beverages as well. We're also going to have there on display the old tools and implements, the old coal pot, the outside oven. We really, that's for the benefit especially of the children who are born in the diaspora, who maybe haven't encountered or experienced that. It's an opportunity for intergenerational transfer of knowledge of our culture and our people and our heritage. So it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm happy for two of the primary organizers of this is Ms. Sandra Pierre and Mr. Paul George, along with other colleagues of theirs. And as I said, it's done in collaboration with the Consulate General of Grenada. At that event, you could expect food sales, food samples, food challenges, cooking demos, how to prepare certain Grenadian dishes, narratives, and of course, patriotic Grenadian music. And listen to this one. The host of this event will be Calypsonian, Finley Scholar Jeffrey. And that in itself is something that folks are looking forward to. So it's happening on Monday, February 16th, Family Day in Canada. It's a holiday. That Monday is a holiday, and it's an opportunity to experience Grenadian culinary delights and delicacies. So those are the events we have. There is for that event. And after that event starts from 12 noon, and then at 5 p.m., there's going to be a highlight of the day, and that is the homecoming launch, Grenada's homecoming launch in Toronto, and that is the event that Ambassador Terry Forrester will be the keynote at. And really, that event has been organized by and sponsored by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, alongside the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy, Culture, and also the Grenada Tourism Authority, and of course I must mention the Office of Diaspora Affairs. They are responsible for this event, and Ambassador Terry Forrester will be representing at this event and presenting at this event. It starts at 5 p.m. at the same location that we have the Bring Back the Old Time Days culinary experience. So that the food aspect of it starts at 12 noon, and the homecoming launch starts at 5 p.m. The location, Tropicana Community Services Building, 1385 Huntingwood Drive, Scarborough, in the Greater Toronto area. And for the first event that happens that day, there is a boarding pass, a low $25 fee for free sampling of the various dishes and so on. Children under 12, though, are admitted free. Children under 12 are admitted at no cost. So all of that is happening on Monday, February 16th here in Toronto as well.
Okay, I've got a question. Right, in your consular role, are there any plans that for Canadians coming into Grenada, from the immigration department, to issuing of any Canadian visas anytime soon? Or, by the way, make it maybe even better yet. I know talks had already been initiated to get a visa waiver for Grenada. How are plans going with that? And if it's not direct in front of us, are there any plans for Canadian visa immigration people to be coming to Grenada? Because I think presently we have to go to Trinidad to get our Canadian visa. Are we going to have a Canadian?
Well, I couldn't. I'm not in a position to give you a date right now as to when they will be coming to Grenada, but it happens from time to time, and I have no reason to believe that that's going to stop. However, with respect to the process of trying to get a removal of that visa requirement, talks are ongoing. And we are more deeply engaged in discussions over that. And especially now that we have our High Commission in Canada. As I mentioned, High Commissioner, His Excellency Sylvester Qualis is in Ottawa, and he is engaging with Canadian leaders and responsible authorities on the subject matter. So yes, we are inching closer to that, and we are looking forward to having that visa requirement removed. Given the long-standing good relationship Grenada has had with Canada, and the history of friendly diplomatic relations, the fact that Grenada is one of the countries with the lowest crime rate in the Caribbean, and we have always had a very warm working relationship. Canadians have always enjoyed Grenada and continue to. Hence, we have more flights and more Canadian tourists coming to Grenada. So it's something that we are optimistic about, and it's something we are looking forward to. I mentioned the High Commissioner, and let me also mention some of the activities that he will be participating in. On February 7th, let me begin with the 6th. On the 6th of February, there will be a flag-raising ceremony at City Hall in Ottawa. That's from 10 a.m. And then there's an open house at the Grenada High Commission, showcasing Grenadian culture, history, and cuisine. And then at 11:30 to 4 p.m., there will be illumination of the Ottawa sign at Byward Market in Ottawa. That's from 6 p.m. And then on the 7th of February, and that's for folks living in Ottawa, close to Ottawa, or even Montreal, because Montreal is pretty close to Ottawa. They can attend those events, those activities. Then on the 7th, there's a cultural extravaganza and dinner, and that's happening in Montreal on the 7th. And then on the 8th, there is a church service in Montreal. And then on February 14th, 2026, as I mentioned before, he'll be joining us in Toronto to be there with Minister Honorable Andy Williams and Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, Terry Forrester. So that's for more information, for those listening or who have relatives in Ottawa and Montreal, let your relatives in Montreal and Ottawa know of those activities, please. And let them know also they can find more information about these activities on the social media page, Facebook, at Consulate General of Grenada in Toronto, also at the website for the Consulate General, grenadaconsulate.com. And let me also give a number for the folks in Ottawa. There's a number you can call to get more information directly. 613-515-8244. Again, 613-515-8244. And the extension is 203. And since I'm giving out numbers, let me also give a number for the consulate here in Toronto. Our number is 416-595-1343. 416-595-1343. And if you want to use WhatsApp to call from wherever you are in the world, you can call us here at 647-594-7210. 647-594-7210.
Councillor General Jerry Hopkin, you've been very informative, and I wish I could have attended the events in Toronto, but Grenada needs me at this time, so we'll look at something futuristic.
But my friend, I know just about every Grenadian family, everyone has a relative or two in Canada, somewhere in Canada. It could be in Montreal, it could be in British Columbia, Vancouver, it could be in Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, somewhere in Canada. We have, estimates have the number in excess of 100,000 Grenadians in Canada. So I'm encouraging folks to let their relatives in Canada know, and for the folks who are in Canada who are listening, please come out and participate, be engaged, be a part of what we're doing, because it's all about celebrating what we have accomplished as a people and help and adding to what we have accomplished and being a part of the movement forward, investing, traveling back, increasing your inputs so that Grenada would be a better place for all of us. Let me also mention the folks in British Columbia. They also have an event happening on the 7th, and so people are celebrating throughout Canada. And if there's anyone in British Columbia who's interested in that event, they can call the number at the consulate here in Toronto as well, and I'll give them the details as to who they should speak to in British Columbia to get to that event that's happening for Grenadians in British Columbia. So there's a lot happening. I'm happy. I'm proud to be a Grenadian. I'm so happy that we are celebrating. We take such pride in our heritage, and I'm looking forward to being with all of my friends and relatives, because we are all related, at these events. And I hope that you guys would continue to mention the list of events. We have provided a flyer that lists all the events for your station. So okay. I hope you will get that mentioned.
We definitely will do that. So once again, I want to thank you for taking the time off from your very busy schedule and sharing with us. And I want to wish you and your team, and by extension, all the Grenadians in the Canada area, to celebrate in fine style. If you can join us home for some of the events, better yet. But in any event, you will be repping Grenada in a big way. Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you. And may God bless you, and may all the citizens and residents in Grenada have a happy independence, where we can stay focused on being anchored in faith and guided by purpose. And the purpose is to transform Grenada in a wonderful way for all of our people, with no one being left behind.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor, and all the best to you and the wonderful folks in Toronto. We take a quick commercial break, and we say we'll be back after this. We've got more in the conversation coming up. Coming up next, I will be speaking with Mr. Jude Bernard and hopefully Mr. Ray Roberts as we look at the Camaron Pack 10th anniversary. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
February 7th is a special date in Grenadian history. And to mark this important milestone, the National Celebrations Committee has planned a spectacular event at the Grenada Cricket Stadium, the Made in Grenada Expo, from 12 noon, followed by the military parade and rally, featuring from 1:30 p.m. St. Joseph's Convent St. George's, Happy Hill Secondary School, J.W. Fletcher Catholic, and PBC. Come witness class, style, and precision. Experience the unique skills and talent from Guyana's Defense Force paratroopers. The Honorable Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, will deliver the feature address, followed by cultural showcases from Kimura, Conception Dance Theatre, the Independent Song Monarch, the Royal Grenada Police Force Band, and Rita and the Ultimate Perfections Band, among other cultural acts. The event concludes with a breathtaking fireworks display. Join us for this unforgettable celebration at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, February 7th from 12 noon.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Grenada, the countdown is on for the most exciting relay showdown in the nation. The IMA National Relay Meet, carded for Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 3 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come witness speed, relentless competition, and heart-pounding relays that will keep you at the edge of your seats from start to finish. The island's fastest teams will battle for glory, but who will rise to the top and claim the prizes? You have to be there to see live. Admission finish line $50, main stand $30, secondary stand $20, and bleachers $15. Children 12 and under pay $15 for main and secondary stands and bleachers. Get your tickets. Feel the speed. The IMA National Relay Meet 2026, the ultimate relay experience.
For 35 years, one name has stood with us. Through the storms and sunshine, we've been by your side. Whether you're on the road, at sea, on site, or at home, with Grenadian General Insurance, confidence comes standard. It's never been a better time to renew and update for added benefits. Join us in celebrating 35 years of safeguarding what matters most. Grenadian General Insurance, 35 years strong. Visit Grenadian General Insurance on Scott Street, St. George's. Call us at 440-2434 or visit grenadiangeneral.gd to get the coverage you need.
Celebrate under the stars at Love Fest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep, Love Fest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFed.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Love Fest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the second leg in the conversation this morning. I'm joined by my good friend. I like to call him the Honorable because he is an honorable individual. The Honorable Jude Bernard. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my dear friend, and to your followers.
Yeah,
and I understand how they're global.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I want to say good morning to my friends in Japan. We've got Lex and Jonah and Edward in Japan. We've just got Venetia George from the British Virgin Islands, and
wonderful.
Yeah, we're expanding the horizons.
Good job. Keep it up.
We try our best.
Yeah.
I want to say a special good morning to you. Hopefully we'll be having your colleague Mr. Ray Roberts joining us via the Zoom platform, but in the interest of time, the Cameron Park
Safe
Cameron Park Committee, it's in its 10th year. Who would have believed that? I remember interviewing you. That's how long I've been associated with GBM, because I interviewed you when it started. Tell us, how has it been progressing, the Safe Cameron Park project?
Well, first of all, thanks for having us. And as you said, time runs quickly, especially when we're having a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, just coming up to the 42nd anniversary of our independence, we were on the verge of losing access to one of the prime spots in Grenada, to Grenadians that it was, when the Grenada's beach was basically about to be taken away from us in terms of access to that beach. And many people didn't really take it that seriously until, folks started to agitate. And especially when the then Prime Minister said that they're making a lot of fuss about this place. Nobody's going there. You see, if you go there now, there's nobody there. And then it hit people. We're that close to losing access to Grenada's beach.
Right.
And then it hit folks. If you go there today, any hour of the day or night, there are scores of people there. In the daytime, you cannot get parking. On weekends and on holidays, people have realized how important that green belt access to Grenada's beach was. And we are very happy that we were able to salvage that.
Let me ask this, do you was it a case that it was untruth in the statement that nobody is going there, or do you think that that statement prompted people so much that the fear of losing it, that it started showing up in large numbers?
It's partly yes, but I would say resoundingly no.
Okay.
The numbers were not that large at the time.
Right.
But sometimes you never realize what you have when you're on the verge of losing it.
Yeah.
So yes, folks probably were not using the. They didn't realize what they had, that treasure. But it was not correct that people were not going there.
Okay.
But they were always, this was always the prime access for locals. From the time I was a child, coming from St. Patrick's and coming to town, when you go to Grenada Beach, that's where you went.
Yeah.
The grape trees and everything.
when I remember in primary school, when we were doing our bus trip at the end of the school term, the top stopping spot is, we will be visiting the Grenada Beach.
And that was where you went, for Grenada Beach. Yes. And public should give a little background to this whole thing, because many people think, they don't understand why the park was established there. And I was very hurt and angered when I realized that we were on the verge of losing it, because I was a part of the plan to establish it.
Okay.
In my early days, as product development officer at the Ministry of Tourism, just after the fall of the revolution, and the investors were flocking in, there came the realization that if we were not careful, every spot on Grenada Beach will soon be the home for a hotel.
Yeah.
And
a sort of concrete jungle.
Precisely. Okay. And our citizens could very quickly become second-class citizens. So we had to secure somewhere where Grenadians could feel at home, and especially in a place that meant so much to us, that we didn't want to crowd out our people. So it was a much larger and more expansive plan. But at the end of the day, from a 25-acre park, it came to 2.5 acres.
Wow, okay.
But we had to hold on to that. And folks not understanding the significance of it, they felt that, just move it away, man, let them go somewhere else. But the idea was a very noble one. And I was prepared to be the first person in front of that bulldozer when they came to move that park. So when I heard, I was not one of the persons who started. It's Ray, I hope he can join us.
Yes.
He was one of the first ones who moved out there. And as a matter of fact, it was initiated by two young schoolgirls. They were 14-year-olds. At a town hall meeting that was in the Trade Center. And it was just on the verge of independence. And there was this thing came up during a town hall meeting.
A sort of consultation sort of thing?
I think it was about something else. And the two girls, they stood up and they said, why not let's abandon the independence celebration and let's go meet at the park on Independence Day. And they don't want to be identified for whatever reasons, but these two young girls, they're now 24 years old, and they were the trigger for that struggle, which 10 years after, you ask yourself, well, what would have been if no one stood up and resisted? What would have been.
Okay, so now the Save Cameron Park initiative, it's 10 years and going strong. What are some of the achievements or accomplishments thereafter?
Well, of course, the fact that we have the park,
it's
and we're not going in by the cemetery up at the top end up there as one of the alternative sites that were identified to relocate what was supposed to be a park there. Apart from that, we feel, for instance, that 10 years after, we should have been further on, but the park has actually deteriorated. For instance, there was a kids playing area closer to the beach. There was a merry-go-round and other things which were broken and have not yet been replaced. If you look at some of the seating there, they keep repairing them from time to time, but they're not the way that they could have been. And our vision was that having secured it, we would focus on enhancing it. But you couldn't enhance it when the future was not certain. And up to 3.5 years ago, that future was still very uncertain. Now we feel a lot more comfortable about it. And unfortunately, we are unable to have the plan that we wanted to unroll on the 10th anniversary. And let me take this opportunity to thank all the corporate citizens who had actually donated. They started, I had not collected any check because I didn't want to collect checks, but we had to shelve that program on the last minute because of unforeseen circumstances. But we were planning to have an essay competition, especially for the students of the school and other interested persons, indicating 10 years after what has Come On Pack meant to me.
Okay.
So folks could reflect and say, but you know, for those 10 years, I went there 100 times. I had this big party there. I had this church gathering. What has it meant to me?
Right.
Then there was also supposed to be an art competition where the children especially would be able to say, my dream of Come On Pack 10 years from now. And at the higher level, we're going to have also what you call a design competition, where guys could put in a 3D drawing, go on the computer, put something out, because we believe that there is a lot of potential that has not yet really been realized in the park. Now there is now the new Heroes Park, and my meeting with the Minister of Tourism 2 weeks ago indicated that there is a plan for the whole area.
Okay.
We have not yet seen the plan, but our interest has always been in trying to enhance the Come On Park, at least bring it back to where it was initially, at least there, but to have it enhanced so it'll be more useful for.
So now it's safe to say that there is government involvement in restoration and upgrade of the Come On Park.
Yes, there seems to be a commitment. I have not seen it. And I heard the Prime Minister, I must say, about a year or so ago, say that Come On Park will never be sold.
Okay.
He said that. And I understand there is a plan in the making, a master plan for the whole area, including that Riviera site, former Riviera site.
Okay. Now, what do you think are some of the things that can be done from your organization's perspective to enhance and make the park, Come On Park, a place now that it was to us in our youthful years? Because as Oliver Samuel said in comedy, now Come On Park is common like salt. Right? What can be done to it to make it that place that locals would want to visit as a priority?
Right. First of all, we have to understand that we are not the custodians of the park. The Ministry of Tourism is the agency that is responsible for the park. To be able to have that event that we are planning to have on Thursday, which we have now shelved, we had to write for permission to have access to the park, and we had to pay a fee. Even the Safe Come On Park committee 10 years after, we still have to pay a user fee. It's not our park, really. We're just folks who are advocating for its protection, but we didn't have control of it. And the other part in terms of the answer to the question was that a recreational park, there are different types of parks. Folks have said, let's have a food concession stand, let us do this and let us do that there. There are parks, and probably in the Heroes Park area, some of these things, I guess, probably can be done. But the concept of the Come On Park was just a place where people can relax.
A sort of green space.
Yeah, a green space. You can park your car. The kids can run around. They can ride their bicycles. They can play on their merry-go-round. You can come to study. As many students come there. There's a time when we had internet, open internet there, Wi-Fi. So they can come, they can do their research with no noise, no distraction. You don't have to be fearful of your child running and somebody hitting your child, or somebody selling drugs a couple feet down the road, or a bar, guys drinking and getting drunk.
Okay.
So
a sort of space.
Yeah, just a safe green space where you can go. You have washroom facilities, so when you come from the park, you can go use a washroom. You can wash up the sand from your feet, which we have right now. So the park was not meant to be much more than it is now, apart from just enhancing it, especially for the younger ones.
And maintain
it in a proper way. We've lost some of the shade. It happened, we used to meet every Wednesday at noon, and one Wednesday when we were there, there was equipment coming in, and before we realized it, 5 trees were on the ground.
Why?
Because at that time, it was still the other lot, the adjacent lot was still in the hands of the investor. And he gave instructions to move those trees. So if you notice in the earlier park, as you enter the park, there are no trees there, and the shade that they used to give is no longer there.
The almond tree.
They've cut down about 5 or 6 of them. We had to stop them and call and make phone calls left, right, and center to get them to stop. If it was on another day when we were not meeting there,
you might have met nothing.
When we went back there, there'd been no shade trees. So I'm saying that to say that it was to be a serene place of quietness and peace, and where you can have the lovely shade trees, and you can, just relax.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're running out of time. So for this 10th year anniversary, okay, you had to shelve that plan that you had. What is the organization doing in celebration of, independence, of course, and 10th anniversary? That's a milestone.
Yes, it's sad that we had to shelve our plan, but it was elaborate, as I said before, and we are going to have solidarity messages from many like-minded organizations. The Minister of Tourism was going to be there as well, and we are going to have a major event there. It is late now to do something between now and independence. But our plan is after the dust settles after independence, we would come back and we'll have, if not all, but some of the things that we were hoping to do on Thursday, to launch on Thursday, because there's going to be a launch of a number of activities. They were not supposed to, it wasn't going to be an event.
A one-off
event.
Okay.
There's going to be a launch of a number of things. So we still can do those moving ahead after the dust has settled from independence.
Because, I mean, the fact remains that 10 years ago, hadn't it been for your initiative, we might not have had Cameron Park today. So that in itself is a significant accomplishment and achievement. So I think it is not something that should just die by the wayside. Okay, that organization and the thrust that it came with needs to be a part in history, and it has to be maintained and going forward, despite who owns it and so forth. But you've done what you intended to do, and Grenada is happy because of that. So that is historic.
It's a very important marker, because sometimes people don't believe that it's possible to resist authority. You can peacefully resist authority.
Peacefully, yes.
And when you resist, sometimes you don't just halt, but sometimes you have success out of resistance. And we have shown that there's a quiet voice, 1 or 2 persons standing and calling attention. We got about over 20,000 signatures of people said they didn't want the park. They didn't want the park to be lost. As a matter of fact, I did a survey that showed that about 87% of all Grenadians, regardless of the party, political persuasions, they wanted the park to remain. 75% of those who said that they were government supporters at the time wanted the park to stay. They said, we support the government, but we want our park. But sometimes you just need a voice. And it showed that what can happen when people stand up. And I hope that this will be a lesson for us as moving forward, Grenadians. Peacefully, you can advocate for change. You can advocate for saving of things which mean a lot to you.
Well, it is said wisely that for evil to prevail, all it takes is for good men to say and do nothing.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't have to be adversarial or so, but your opinion and your point of view might have been overlooked by the people in authority, and you're saying it and standing up to it peacefully might make them rethink and say, oh, but because I'm certain now the powers that be then, looking back, might be saying, but what would have happened had we sold that park?
What were we thinking?
Yeah, what in God's name were we thinking? You know, so I want to thank you and your organization for that, for thinking, that forward thinking, and wish you all the success, and let's make the park what it's supposed to be, a safe green space that we all, visitors alike, can come and enjoy.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for having us.
Pleasure is always.
And you can go as the plan unveils, the new plans unveiled.
Share the information with us, and we'll definitely do our part.
Thank you.
Folks, that's it for the conversation. We got to take a quick, just a outro, because we have to join the BBC, which is already in progress.